spring Switchbacks team that's given them trouble in the past. Last year, if you remember, they had 2 draws.
From downtown Reno, welcome inside Greater Nevada Field as Reno 1868.
Yeah, Reno 1868 looking for their first win of the season after a slow start here against a tough Switchbacks team.
Keep going. Saturday night, United Soccer League action in downtown Reno. Tonight, it's Reno 1868 searching for their first victory of the season, taking on the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. A gorgeous night in downtown Reno as we welcome you to Greater Nevada Fields. Welcome into the broadcast booth alongside Colin Tabor. I'm Alex Margulies. Colin, let's dive right into this matchup with our key players to watch. This Colorado Springs team, a defensive-laden club, and they're led by their captain, Josh Suggs.
Yeah, Josh Suggs, the captain of Colorado Springs Switchbacks, really a modern two-way left back, can get up and down the field, can attack as well as defend, and is a danger from set pieces, as we saw last week with his free kick against Rio Grande Valley.
On the other side of the pitch for Reno 1868, Danny Mazovsky, back from the San Jose Earthquakes. He was a second-round pick of theirs out of UNLV, and this guy has a chance to be an elite goal scorer.
Yeah, Danny Mazovsky is really just a pure goal scorer. He just puts them away. Fantastic goal against Las Vegas Lights in his first start for Reno 1868, and he'll be hoping to add to that tonight.
All right, should be a good one here tonight at Greater Nevada Fields. It's Reno 1868 and Colorado Springs coming up. We'll have the starting lineups and kickoff next. All right, a gorgeous night for some soccer here in downtown Reno, getting set for a USL showdown between Reno 1868 and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Alex Margulies and Colin Tabor. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll begin with the visitors. Colorado Springs coming in with a 2-3 record on the season, a 4-2-3-1 alignment. Their goalkeeper, Moise Poiti, an outstanding guy at the back end, and really, as I mentioned during the open, this is a defensive-minded team.
Yeah, with this 4-2-3-1, they're going to have a solid base at the midfield with Jordan Burt and Jordan Schweitzer both sitting. I expect Luke Vercoloni to be floating off of Ajekwa, trying to find space between the lines, and look out for the pace of Shane Malcolm and Saeed Robinson along with AJ Ajekwa up top.
A lot of familiar faces for Ian Russell.
Yeah, an attacking lineup today for Ian Russell. We see Jerry Van Avek on the left side of the diamond here. Expect him to try to take people on, try to make things happen, along with Lindo Mafeka trying to feed Danny Mazovsky and Antoine Opano up top.
JT Marcinowski back from his short stint with the San Jose Earthquakes, back here on loan. He will make his third appearance in goal for Reno. The two head coaches in this matchup for Colorado Springs, it's Steve Tritschew. He has been in charge of the club since their inception in 2015. On the other side, it's Reno 1868's Ian Russell. The referees will be Mark Alatin, Chris Elliott, Rafael Guetta, and Sean Stimson as we take a look here at Russell, who had a terrific showing in his first season as head coach of this team, Reno 1868, 17 wins, 7 losses, 8 draws. And there again is Tritschu, who in his first 2 seasons in Colorado Springs led his club to playoff appearances as well. Last year was the first time they did not make the postseason. They were the first team out 9th in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and Steve Tritschu's really done a great job with this Colorado Springs Switchbacks team. His 4th season with the club, he's made this a really hard club to beat, and he'll be looking for a result here. But Ian Russell, like we talked about, such an outstanding year last year. His debut as a head coach with Reno 1868. He'll be looking to build off of that. And Reno is looking for their first win here today.
As you see there in the corner of the screen, ESPN Plus, the new streaming home of the USL in the United States. Watch all the action throughout the 2018 regular season and USL Cup playoffs starting tonight. Visit uslsoccer.com for more details. Reno 1868 and those home blues, Colorado Springs wearing their whites. And we will be underway here momentarily at Greater Nevada Field, a place that Reno had a tremendous amount of success last season. They were 9-2-5. However, this year they've started the year 0-2, very uncharacteristic considering what a fortress they were able to build in their inaugural season last year.
Yeah, and they'll be looking to turn that around tonight. I mean, 2 tough home games to start off with against Swope Park Rangers and Phoenix Rising, 2 teams that are flying high in the West right now. Will be looking to win the Western Conference this year. Reno will look to turn this around against Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Match number 4 of the 2018 season for Reno 1868. They did have 1 match washed away due to weather. They were supposed to play Rio Grande Valley last month, but that one postponed. Some teams have played as many as 5 matches, so Reno is a little bit behind. Plenty of time to catch up, and if last year was any indication, a slow start doesn't necessarily mean a chance not to make the playoffs. Reno was 0-3-2 after their first 5 matches, and they would go on to be the 3rd place team in the Western Conference. We've got a set piece opportunity here early for Colorado Springs. Get into the box, and Reno will get a clearance there from Jerry Van Avek.
Yeah, Josh Suggs has a pretty sweet left foot. He's going to be looking to whip in those deliveries, and this Colorado Springs Switchbacks team is solid at set pieces. They have some big center backs up front that they can send, and they have a game plan when trying to score from set pieces.
Marcinkowski puts it back in play for Reno 1868. Van Avek controlling things in the midfield. A little jostling there, and a whistle will be blown. It looks like Reno will have a chance here for an early set piece as we move into the 3rd minute of play.
Yeah, and good hold-up play there from Antoine Opino, sporting the new haircut. For those who don't recognize the forward out there with the short hair, but he holds up the ball very well, earns the foul, and now Reno have a set-piece opportunity of their own.
Here's Van Avek. You see Van Wolfgang on the back of his jersey. He was recently married and has taken his wife's last name, the 26-year-old from the Netherlands. A big free agent acquisition in the offseason for Ian Russell, Andy Smith, the general manager, and the rest of the front office. Guy they expect to really be a big offensive force here. Volleys it into the box, cleared away by Colorado Springs, and Reno 1868 will earn an early corner kick.
Yeah, well handled from Tombe there. Good delivery there from Jerry Van Avek. Van Wolfgang, I'm not sure what we're going to go with today, but great delivery, and we'll see another corner from him.
Van Wolfgang on the back of the jersey, but the roster, Van Avek. There he is in the corner. 8 goals a season ago in Orange County. And that one headed away again.
And aside from goals, he's such an exciting player. He's dynamic. He takes people on. He's really someone that just tries to make things happen. Was an outstanding player for Orange County last season.
Lindo Mafeka gets on the ball there. Here's Luis Felipe. Richards trying to get it back after it was intercepted by Taylor Hunter. Jordan Morrell comes up from his center back spot and gets the ball back for Reno in the midfield. Here's Mafeka, the dynamic midfielder. Good ball movement here for Reno. Just off the foot there, though, of Van Avek, and back to Colorado Springs. But some good early ball movement by Reno 1868, trying to get this offense going. A team that scored a record number of goals in the USL a season ago. 75 times they found the back of the net. However, coming into this match, they have not scored in their last 152. Trying to end that streak here early tonight.
Yeah, they're going to want to end that. I mean, first game of the season started with a 4-3 thriller against Swope Park Rangers. So they know the goals can come this season despite missing star striker from last year, Dane Kelly. But they're going to look to find those goals consistently.
Last time out, taking on Phoenix 2 weeks ago, Reno would lose in stoppage time, a last-second penalty kick goal. Reno had scored just one goal in their road match before that in Las Vegas, and that was by Danny Masovsky. Here's a left-footed strike, weakly kicked, and Pawati will pick it up and send it back into play.
Yeah, it just seemed a little rushed there from Paul Marie. He had the option of Jerry Van Avek on his left, but he tries to hit either a driven pass or a weak shot into Pawati. Now it'll be Puati's ball.
22-year-old, part of the Cameroon national team. Outstanding goalkeeper from a season ago. He was second in the entire circuit in saves with 97, the best in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and actually two strong goalkeepers for Colorado Springs Switchbacks. And earlier in the season, we saw a lot of Stuart Seus, the Haitian international. So a lot of options between the sticks for Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs, some good passing here. Paul Marie crashing in the corner there. Couldn't time it, and a turnover. We'll give it back to Reno here as we get into minute 7.
Yeah, early on we see Shane Malcolm drifting over to that left side to try and combine with Saeed Robinson, overload one side. Saw that a few times against Rio Grande Valley as well. They like to try to overload and then find the quick switch to someone like AJ Ajekwa in the box.
Van Avek with the ball now. Right foot, and too strong, goes off into the Battle-Born Brigade. Good chance, though, for Reno as they were quickly able to turn the field.
Yeah, a couple shots from distance now for Reno early on in this half. Yet to threaten Puati, though.
Puati, the 97 saves last year. He allowed 45 goals in 26 appearances. In 2 starts this year, he's yielded only 2 goals. He's only had to record 6 saves. So not a lot of chances on goal for opposing teams in the couple appearances he's had in net this year.
Yeah, they're a difficult team to create chances again. Strong back four, stable midfield in front of them. And it's tough to really break them down and create chances. And, you know, they are good at stringing passes together in the opposing half, too. It's not like they're a team that defends deep and then just tries to counter with long balls. They do try to play the game. They do try to find their wingers. Their fullbacks get up the field like Suggs and Hunter.
Here comes Reno on the counterattack. Van Avek, 3-on-3. Gets past Hunter. Trying to center it there. Out of the reach, though, of Antoine Opano.
Yeah, and we see the spark that Jerry Van Avek provides on that left side, taking on Hunter there.
Discomfort for AJ Ajekwa as he holds his ribs, trying to gather himself here. Early impressions of just the pace and how this is getting started here tonight?
Well, I think it's clear that Reno want to isolate Jerry Van Avik in 1v1 situations. They want to counter quickly through him, try to get take someone on, make some space to find runners like Mazovsky and Opano through.
Here comes Opano streaking down the far sideline. Broken up, and it'll be a throw-in now for Reno 1868. Paul Marie, first-round draft pick by the San Jose Earthquakes this past year with the throw in there. Mazovsky over to Mafeka, trying to create a chance there in the middle, but it's broken up. Good job there by Jordan Morrell as Colorado Springs was trying to pull a counter.
Yeah, well handled by Jordan Morrell. He could have just tried to drop into space and protect the goal, but he defended high up. He won the challenge on Ajekwa when Shane Malcolm was making that run through.
Risky spot, he had to go up and challenge, but if Ajekwa was able to get past him, that was going to be a dangerous position for Marcinkowski.
Yeah, but I think Ian Russell likes having proactive defenders that defend high up the line. He wants to win it high and then attack quickly. He doesn't want to just bunker in front of his goal. So as you see from Jordan Morrell there, he's winning the ball higher up the field, making those crucial interventions rather than trying to make a block from a shot on goal.
Morrell is such a key piece in last year's playoff team. Where's the captain's band this year? That responsibility was Jimmy Ockford a season ago. He was signed in the offseason by the San Jose Earthquakes. And Avek trying to head it over towards Antoine Opano, and it's cleared out of bounds by J.J. Tombe. Brett Richards coming up from his left back spot. Now Luis Felipe getting involved. Over to Griffiths. Back to Luis Felipe, another guy that signed a contract with the Earthquakes in the offseason. Ockford, Felipe, and Chris Weehan all rewarded with a first-level deal after impressive showings in Reno 1868 uniform.
Yeah, and that's great for the Reno 1868 organization to have 3 guys signed to the first team after the first year. It really shows that there is a pipeline between Reno 1868 and San Jose Earthquakes, and it gives players thinking about signing for Reno extra incentive.
Well, and they haven't been shy in saying a guy even in Jerry Van Avek, he wanted to come to Reno, and frankly, he actually turned down more money elsewhere in order to come play in this system, in order to come play in this organization with the hope of maybe being signed by the San Jose Earthquakes. And from talking to Ian Russell, he feels like he is a very talented player that could really blossom here in this 2018 season under his system, under this direction, and the culture that they've been able to create here in a short time.
Yeah, it really is an attractive place to come with the attacking soccer they play, chances in the MLS with San Jose Earthquakes. I mean, look at a guy like Chris Weehan, who went undrafted to being USL Rookie of the Year, up against a lot of guys who were drafted. But Ian Russell gave him his chance, and now he's an MLS player.
1868 with a run there, Calvillo kicking it back the other way. Now a chance for Colorado Springs as Brenton Griffiths has to quickly race back. Contact there. And slow to get up is Ajekwa.
Yeah, and we see the pace of Ajekwa here on the counter, but Brenton Griffiths is up for the physical challenge.
Little shoulder check there. Back to Marcinkowski, just 20 years old, from Alamo, California. Signed a homegrown contract with San Jose back in December. Now that spent some time with the U.S. Under-20 men's national team. Great career in college, playing at Georgetown, where he was a Big East champion last year.
Well, a bit of nervy defending there from Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Good win there in the midfield. Masovsky finds Richards. Brett Richards one-on-one. Takes a crack at it with his left foot, and it's deflected away. Keeps possession, though. Now centers it for Lindo Mafeka. Back over to Richards. Left foot. Almost able to finish. Opano found himself in front of goal, but it was knocked away by Tombe.
And a great whipped-in delivery from Brent Richards on his weaker foot to find Opano Mazowski. And Opano, after a little scramble, is able to get a shot. And Switchbacks will be relieved to see that go away from a corner after a great block there from Tombe.
Van Avak in the corner. Right foot. Richards again gets on the ball. Tries to get it back to Van Avak. And a mistake there allows Reno to keep possession as Jordan Schweitzer just whiffed. And Felipe will earn Reno another corner.
And that's what comes from this transitional pressing that Reno love to do. When they lose the ball, they immediately press to win it back. Not even a second of putting their heads down, and it really forces mistakes out of opposition defenders.
Van Avak delivers the ball. And again, headed away by Colorado Springs. But a good couple minutes there from Reno 1868, really controlling the tempo and getting a couple of opportunities. They try to get a counterattack. Paul Marie will send it back to Marcinkowski. Griffiths thrown down, and a whistle will be blown there as a little jostling between him and Ajekwa again.
Yeah, and that's about the third challenge between those two so far. Two of them really getting at it early on in this game.
Reno probably doesn't want to be caught in too many of those positions, though, where it's one-on-one that deep near goal.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you really restrict those through balls from coming in, because Ajekwa is very dangerous on the counter. He is lightning quick pace, and he'll be able to get in behind if given the chance. But Brenton Griffiths has handled it really well so far.
Broadcast night brought to you by Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Here's a shot on target, and that one is just above the right post, as Colorado Springs was able to get a quality shot there.
Yeah, great shot there from Saeed Robinson. Tries to bend it into that upper right corner, but just wide of Marcinkowski's post there.
Marcinkowski, third start and goal here with Reno 1868. He's yielded 5 goals, 4 of which came in the first match against Swope Park. He did give up just 1 goal in his last match against Las Vegas. He also came up with a point-saving play at the end of that match against the Lights, as he was able to preserve a 1-1 draw in what was a very spirited match between what will develop as a big rivalry here in the state of Nevada, Reno and Las Vegas. And always when those two teams play in any kind of a sport, it doesn't matter, there's going to be some heat.
Yeah, and really just a fantastic reflex save in the last kick of the game. Really a header, but huge save there to save a point in Las Vegas, after Las Vegas really piled the pressure on towards the end when Danny Mazowski got sent off.
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. You'll receive free shipping on orders over $50. An own goal from Luis Felipe, and Colorado Springs will get on the scoreboard here in the 18th minute.
Oh, and how unfortunate for Luis Felipe. Saeed Robinson gets the better of Paul Robinson and tries to whip in a ball to Shane Malcolm. Luis Felipe tries to get a crucial touch away and ends up putting it in his own net. Heartbreaking there for Reno early on in this game.
Well, again, Colorado Springs, they've been able to get to that back line and get deep into Reno territory. And again, you don't want to have that happen so often. That's a couple times in the last few minutes, and despite it being an own goal, it's still a defensive breakdown again by Reno 1868.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty unfortunate. I mean, that not the most threatening cross in the world. Luis Felipe is just facing the wrong way. has to catch up to that ball and ends up having to reach for it rather than be in position and knock it away. But even then, you don't expect that ball to go into your own net. Oh, but a huge tackle there to make up for it.
Here comes Richards pushing the pace back towards midfield. Finds his streaking Antoine Openo. Or excuse me, that's not Openo. Hard to tell without that man bun.
Yeah. I keep thinking it's Chris Weehan for a second. Easy cross for Puati to deal with there. With the size of the Reno strikers, Danny Mazowski and Antoine Openo aren't the biggest strikers in the world. Brian Brown, of course, is on the bench. If you're going to cross the ball and you want a good whipped-in ball like Brent Richards had earlier.
So Colorado Springs, who has been a pretty tough club for Reno 1860. They've gone to draws in both of their matches in history. Last year, a 2-2 result here at Greater Nevada Field on a goal that came at the very last minute. A corner kick goal for Colorado Springs to earn a point last year, and then a 3-3 draw in Colorado Springs a season ago. Here comes a run by 1868. Openo and a save by Puati.
And what a great play there from Reno. Jerry Van Avik finds Danny Mazowski on that back post run, and Mazowski has the awareness to see Openo's third man run there, but Openo just whiffs that chance. He does not get a clean strike on it.
Good response, though, from Reno after that own goal, trying to even the score here. They've certainly had their chances here in the first half. Things are working for them offensively.
Yeah, and that was the best chance of the day so far for them. A great play between the two strikers linking up.
Another good ball, a takedown in the box, but no whistle.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough in it for a penalty there. Openo's protesting, but I don't think Jamal Jack gets enough of them there to warrant the penalty. But going back to that earlier challenge, you can't help but think that a man bun Openo would have slotted that into the bottom corner.
Donated 10 inches of hair earlier this week to Children with Hair Loss organization. He said he was inspired by Matt Bersano, last year's goalkeeper, who has done it 2 years in a row, and decided to chop it off. Parents, you can sign up your kids for Truckee's Kids Club, presented by Shields and 95.5 The Vibe. Go to shop.reno1868fc.com today to sign up your kids for a season of fun. Alex Margulies and Colin Tabor with you here tonight on My21 TV. 1868 on the road next weekend. They'll take on Portland. Back here at home at the end of the month on the 28th to take on Oklahoma City.
And then we talked about that delay on the Rio Grande Valley game. That makes a really congested May. The additional game there along with U.S. Open Cup. They're looking for a lot of games in the month of May.
Another challenge here. Openo taken down just outside the box, and again won't earn a whistle. Colorado Springs defending well there. They're going to let play keep going. Felipe takes a strike from just outside the circle and almost delivered a game-tying score.
Yeah, Luis Felipe trying to make up for his earlier own goal. Just lets one rip from about 30 out. And a huge save there from Puati, because that had a lot of dip and curve on it. That was tougher than it looked to save.
Well, there was maybe a little deflection, too, before it got to Puati. That also helped him out a little bit. But another corner kick here for Van Avik. Richards tried flying in. Now it's Mafeka, and he will blast that one almost into the second deck. But again, chances here for Reno 1868. They're able to get spots here in front of goal.
Yeah, they're really doing well to try and carve open this Switchbacks defense. I mean, a lot of shots from distance, but that one from Luis Felipe a moment ago was a clear chance there.
Headed and in. Another goal from Colorado Springs here in the first half, and they have now taken a commanding 2-0 advantage.
And just like that, the turnaround for Colorado Springs. Jordan Burt puts in a great ball there for Ajekwa. Ajekwa outjumps the Reno defense and heads it into that far post. There's nothing Marcinkowski can do about that. And now Switchbacks are up 2-0.
He split right between Paul Marie and Brenton Griffiths. And A.J. Ajekwa with his second goal of the season. And the Switchbacks now have a monster first half advantage. So the home struggles continue for Reno 1868 as the referee will yellow card Ajekwa for his delayed celebration, I guess.
Yeah, excessive celebration. Shirt off is a yellow card.
Didn't even show any skin. Jersey off, that's all that matters?
I didn't make the rule, yeah.
Well, we'll see if Reno can answer here. Bad news is they're down 2-0. The good news is there is a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for Reno to get back on this. I mean, we've seen that they've been creating the chances, but they're going to want to make sure that they don't concede chances on the counter as well.
Calvillo and Mafeka with a couple passes back and forth. Here's Felipe in the middle again. Felipe, a little chip shot. And Von Avek just out of his reach as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, clever little play from Luis Felipe. Just puts a little bit too much behind it there. But yeah, it's not time yet for Reno to throw everything but the kitchen sink. There's still about 65 minutes left for them to still be creating chances. They're going to just want to find good quality chances rather than just shooting from everywhere.
Hear exclusive stories directly from the USL's players in USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. We'll say that one went out of bounds before it was volleyed down, and so a throw-in coming up here for Reno 1868. Eric Calvillo will hand it off to Paul Marie. Now a throw-in for Colorado Springs as Josh Suggs, their captain, will toss it in. Here's Lindo Mafeka. Whistle blown there just outside the box. Looks like they want to reset here. Jerry Van Avek launches at it. Just outside a heading range of Brenton Griffiths.
And Brenton Griffiths gets up there. Great delivery from Jerry Van Avek to try to find Brenton Griffiths. And we'll remember last year he scored a great header against Switchbacks here at Greater Nevada Field. And he's so close to putting that in, but just doesn't find contact there.
So a couple really good chances for Reno 1868. Unable to finish here in the first half, but now Puanti slow to get up. He was clutching at his right quad. Gets back up to his feet. Appears to be okay.
Yeah, looks to be okay, but we talked about earlier, Switchbacks have a more than capable backup in the Haitian international Stuart Seus. Doesn't look like he's getting on his gloves or thinking he might come on. Looks like Puati's okay.
Luis Felipe helps keep Reno possession in the midfield, gets it back to Griffiths. A whistle as Reno had a takedown there from behind. Paul Marie will give this one up. And they'll once again bring in Van Avek. Really good cross a couple minutes ago. We'll see if he can do it again.
Yeah, Switchbacks will want to make sure they don't give away too many set pieces in this area. So we've seen the set piece ability of Van Avek.
Goes towards a corner post this time. And again, Puati, who just took contact, went up and got it, knocked down, but another save from the Cameroon. Cameroonian is what I meant to say. Battleborn Brigade trying to get some chance going, get a little life going at Greater Nevada Fields. About 15 minutes left of regulation to try and get something on the board here in the first half. Morel, after being unable to hold it up, had to kick that one out of play, keeping it away from Shane Malcolm. Now a quick throw in from Luke Vercoloni. Here's Malcolm trying to get around Morel. Good job by Jordan Morel.
Yeah, well handled by Morel there against the threat of Shane Malcolm to clear it out, be able to reorganize his defense.
Vercoloni a throw in again. Richards gives it back to Hunter. Another good win there by Vercoloni.
Yeah, we see Vercoloni drifting to this right-hand side a lot. Listed as the attacking midfielder, the number 10 role. He's interchanging a lot with Shane Malcolm.
Luke Vercoloni, the first ever player signed by Colorado Springs. He has had a long tenure in the USL, 36 years old. He has been in the circuit since the 2006 season.
I find it hard to believe if anyone has been in this league longer. I mean, I don't know about the East, USL East so much, but I mean, 2006 to 2018 is a long time in the USL.
He was an MVP finalist in the 2015 season. He holds the all-time record in goals scored for Colorado Springs. He has been able to tally 22 since that 2015 season.
And we see that transitional pressing from Reno to keep the pressure on against Switchbacks here.
Brenton Griffiths going back to get that one. Good job there to keep that one from going into the hands of the Switchbacks. Back to Van Avek, over to Openo. Not on the same page there, and a throw in now for Colorado Springs.
Yeah, Van Avek felt he was impeded there by Hunter, but no foul given by the referee.
Contact there, they're going to let it play. Richards keeps it going, gets it to Mafeka. Now Calvillo. Lindo Mafeka, left foot. Puati knocks it away again, and he pulls it down.
Well done from Puati, not only to make the save, but he's so quick back up to make sure that there's no rebound effort.
That was actually an outstanding save, the way he was able to stop in his tracks and drop down and swat that one away. A pretty good look there from Lindo Mafeka.
Yeah, another hard shot to read with a lot of dip from Lindo Mafeka. Puati's been outstanding so far today.
Well, he's showing why he was one of the best keepers in the circuit last year. And his 97 saves, a club record, and they were tops in the 16-team Western Conference.
And that's a dangerous ball there from Paul Marie, trying to find Danny Mazowski there.
Griffiths coming up trying to intercept. AJ Ajekwa will throw in now for the Switchbacks. We'll defer. Throw it in for Ajekwa. Get some contact from behind from Paul Marie. There's a look at Paul Marie, 21 years old, or 23 years old, excuse me. Born in France, 12th overall pick in this last MLS draft. Good cross there for Richards. Finds Van Avek.
Yeah, I think Van Avek just holds on the ball a little too long there. Brent Richards makes a good underlapping run in the inside to find space at the top of the box. Van Avek just tries to dribble out of trouble there, but it's still Reno's ball.
Richards, a good move there, keeps it in play.
Yeah, Brent Richards has done well getting up on this unfamiliar left-hand side. You see a lot of right-footed right backs that are forced to play left back. They're sometimes uncomfortable carrying it forward.
Oh, and a good stop there from Brenton Griffiths. That may have been a goal-saving stop there by Reno's center back.
Huge tackle there from Brenton Griffiths. Once again winning against the threat and the counter of AJ Ajekwa.
Well, it looks like Jerry Van Avek and Antoine Openo have a hard time kind of getting on the same page in this one. And that's part of some of these early season growing pains of Reno trying to still find their offensive identity a bit here in this second season.
Yeah, I mean, I think that chemistry will come later on in the season. Jerry Van Avek, I mean, joining a new team, new system, clearly a very talented player, but just not quite on the same page as the rest of his attacking teammates.
Here comes Shane Malcolm, knocked away by Morrell. Colorado Springs will set it up. All alone and saved by Marcinkowski. Another run there by AJ Ajekwa.
Yeah, it looks like Ajekwa timed his run a little too early, though. Referee flagged that for an offside. But the threat is there, that threat behind from the pace of Ajekwa.
He's been tough to slow down here tonight. Lindo Mafeka finds Van Avek. Felipe back to Griffiths. Paul Marie trying to find Lindo Mafeka, and it's taken away by Jamal Jack. Jack just completely whiffed there, though, and gives it back to Reno.
Looks like Paul Marie didn't get back from an offside position after he threw that into Lindo Mafeka.
So Reno can't take advantage of the defensive miscue by Jamal Jack as they'll give it back to the keeper. Wati will send it across the field. Good fight there by Masovsky. JT Marcinkowski trying to quickly get this one back out towards midfield. Masovsky getting tangled up. Good job there by Tombe. Gets it back for Colorado Springs as he gets it up to Schweitzer.
Yeah, Tombe does really well just to stay strong there against Masovsky.
Jordan Burt. Taylor Hunter wide. Going cross field for a Jaquan, and it's knocked out of bounds by 1868.
Yeah, and a good deep ball there from Hunter. A little overhit for a Jaquan. Cavillo's not quite sure what's behind him, so he just plays it safe and plays it out for a corner.
So Colorado Springs with a 2-0 lead here as we get to the final couple minutes of the first half. Mafeka trying to clear.
Reno had a little bit of trouble trying to clear the ball out of the box there in that corner. And when they do, it looks like Switchbacks, last man, gives away a handball. Reno's able to push all their lines up.
See if they can take advantage here. Mafeka sends it forward. And just out of the reach of Antoine Openo.
Yeah, another good ball there for Marie to find Openo's run. Just too high for Openo there. Looks like there's a bit of a French connection developing between the two, though.
Marie, born in France, as was Antoine Openo. Spent most of his life in the Philly area, though. Openo did. Another dangerous spot here, and that one will go high. A collision in front of the net.
Yeah, Reno can count themselves lucky here after poor defending. Both Ajekwa and Vercoloni have plenty of space at the top of the six.
Well, it has been a frustrating first half for Reno 1868. As Colorado Springs, with a pair of goals, including one that was an 1868 own goal that got it started back in the 18th minute by Luis Felipe.
And you can feel the heads start to drop after that second goal for Switchbacks. They stopped trying to link up in the midfield, started looking for that killer ball a lot more.
See if they can put something together here in the final couple minutes of the first half.
Yeah, I think it's important if you go down early is to just keep playing your game. Try to stick with the game plan because it was creating chances before. But now it's too forced now, trying to find that killer ball through.
Taylor Hunter with a good move, getting some space. Morel meets him. Reno try to counter here.
Well done from Mafeka to recognize he had space to run there rather than trying to hit the early ball to Openo. You want to see Mafeka on the ball, retaining possession, sucking in players and making space for others. That's what he does well.
Good patience here. Brenton Griffiths gets it in the midfield. Back to Morrell. Masovsky will give it back to Morrell.
Misses better from Reno, trying to retain possession, trying to find their opportunity rather than forcing it.
They've had this possession for a long time. Trying to find Masovsky. Paul Marie hoping to keep it up, and then a whistle blown, and Reno 1868 can't believe it.
Yeah, Masovsky's pretty upset. I think that's a bit of a soft call there.
Substitution coming in now for Colorado Springs here in stoppage. Tobena Uzo will check in.
Yeah, bit of an early introduction here for Uzo, the big target man. Bit odd they didn't wait till at least halftime to assess the fitness of Ajayqua there. So I assume it was injury related, making a sub at this time.
Just a minute of stoppage added. We'll see if Reno pushes forward or if they're ready to take it into halftime. And that's the first half whistle here at Greater Nevada Field. So 1868 continues to be frustrated offensively. They came in scoreless in their last 152 minutes, and that will stretch now with 45 more, as it has been all Colorado Springs. An own goal in the 18th minute, and then AJ Ajayqua's second goal. And the Switchbacks here on the road will take a 2-0 lead into the break. We'll step aside, come back with some halftime features, including a look at Ian Russell from News 4's Julian Delgadio. We'll have that, and we'll come back afterwards with some first half highlights and get you set for the second 45 minutes here in downtown Reno.
As we close off Week 5 of the regular season, the teams in the USL Western Conference are continuing to battle as a tight gap remains within the top teams. Real Monarchs SLC leads with 12 points as Orange County, Phoenix, Swope Park, and Sacramento Republic follow close behind with 10 points each. Here's a look at the games played earlier this week. The Monarchs extend their winning streak with a 3-1 win over the Seattle Sounders, and after a Drogba goal, Phoenix Rising defeats Orange County FC 1-0. We're going to take a look at some of the top storylines of this week. Real Monarchs SLC remains undefeated and are off to a hot start in defending their Western Conference regular season crown. The Monarchs remain the USL's top team, and Reno will play one of their top foes on July 3rd at Greater Nevada Field. The United Soccer League announced on April 6th the expansion of its broadcast agreement with ESPN for the 2018 and 2019 seasons. The expansion will bring more regular season games to linear networks and make ESPN Plus the league's streaming subscription service in the United States. Swope Park Rangers forward Carlton Belmore has started 2018 with a bang. Belmore has 5 goals so far, including 2 in Swope's season opener win over Reno. Belmore was named USL's Player of the Month this week after scoring 4 goals and recording 2 assists in March. That's your look for around the league this week. Enjoy the second half of the game here at Greater Nevada Field.
Hi, we're being joined today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
So, Jake, the expansion this year has brought a large group of new owners to the USL to complement this already very strong base of ownership that we've seen that's really led to the success of the league. Talk about the USL ownership group and what these new folks are bringing.
Many of our owners, I'd say the vast majority of our owners now, have owned and operated sports organizations in multiple different leagues. They bring with them a real understanding of the economics of sport, what's required in terms of an investment level in the facilities, in the community, in all the different programs that our teams run. So for me, it's a privilege to get to work with all of these very experienced businessmen and women on a daily basis, and I'm just constantly thrilled by the commitment and investment they have into their local communities and ultimately into our sport. The new owners that are joining our league now are coming in every year with bigger ambitions. For us, we continue to drive value from a business point of view. The model continues to attract more and more sophisticated owners into the league, and that's something that we believe will have such a positive impact on the future of this league and the new initiatives that we want to embark upon.
Last year we surpassed 2 million in attendance. Talk about what your expectations are for this season and in terms of attendance at live games and just overall awareness of the league.
Yeah, our fans are the lifeblood of this league, as they are for every league. We've seen the support for our clubs grow exponentially. We're already significantly ahead of where we were this time last year on average per club for season tickets. I think it speaks to the excitement. It speaks to what's happening in the local communities. It speaks to all of the things we're trying to do. Building new stadiums, creating more exciting, authentic environments. Attracting better players, having a more competitive and compelling league. I think it's, at least for the league office here, a substantial investment in content production. And infrastructure around the broadcast, around the digital and social. And so we take great pride in growing that area of the business and engaging with the fans from a team point of view and a league point of view.
Nevada Fields alongside Colin Tabor. I'm Alex Margulies. Well, certainly not what Reno 1868 was hoping for, a team that, as I had mentioned earlier, was so dominant in their first season here at Greater Nevada Field, a club that won 9 games. They were 9-2-5 here in this building, but this season they have not been able to protect their home field, losing in their 2 previous matches, one to Swope Park, a 4-3 loss, the other to Phoenix a couple weeks ago, a late stoppage time goal on a penalty kick, and now here tonight, Colorado Springs with a strong showing in the first 45 minutes as they jump out to a 2-0 advantage. Colin, just your thoughts on that first half, and obviously Reno is going to have to figure out a way to get back into this game and try and find a way to find the back of the net, because right now this is a team that hasn't scored in almost 200 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to have to find the back of the net this second half. They were really in cruise control early on in the game, creating chances, controlling the ball. But then after that own goal in the 18th minute from Luis Felipe, you could just feel heads start to drop, and they allowed Switchbacks to get in the game a lot more. And then we saw the header from AJ Ajekwa. After that, it's just been sloppy from Reno 1868. Misplaced passes, trying to force things too much. They haven't really been trying to play their game ever since going down 2-0.
All right, Colin, let's take a look at the highlights from the first half in this one. And both teams would get some scoring opportunities early. For Reno 1868, Paul Marie with a shot in front of goal, and then a couple chances here for Reno 1868 as Mazovsky and Opino were in front, and then the disaster that struck in the 18th minute in the own goal by Luis Felipe.
Yeah, and it's just real unfortunate. He's trying to just get back to clear this away. Just takes the wrong deflection off his foot. And we see him try to make up for it moments later with a great shot there from distance.
And then in the 25th minute, AJ Ajekwa, who was so effective getting behind Reno's back line, he was really disruptive in that first half. He would finish, and that would give it the 2-0 advantage.
Yeah, and a dangerous run there from Ajekwa to find space between Griffiths and Marie there. And then after that, we see a long shot there from Mafeka, really well handled from Puati.
Now, give him credit as well. Puati made some great saves in the first half. Here's JT Marcinkowski with a save towards the end of the first half. We talked a lot about how Colorado Springs has been able to find the back of the net twice, but maybe more of the story as well is Puati has been very difficult, and he has come up with some exceptional saves.
Yeah, some fantastic saves from the Cameroonian Puati. But yeah, Reno will feel like they should have had a goal or two. I mean, Opino had a clear chance that he whiffed early on in the half. Like we said, some great saves from Puati. They're just going to want to try and find their danger men, try to get them isolated, get Opino running at people, which we haven't seen much of, get Jerry Van Avek running at people, which he's been kind of caught stuck being marked by now 2 people rather than 1. He hasn't been isolated anymore. And just try to find Mafeka between the lines. I think Lindo Mafeka hasn't seen enough of the ball here to be able to retain possession, drag people towards him, and then make space for others.
Well, what I've seen, and this was something that Reno did so well last year, and you and I were talking about this a few minutes ago, but I think where Reno is struggling the most is being able to control possessions in the midfield, and that was something that Matt LaGrassa did so well for Reno 1868 last year, is winning a lot of those balls in the midfield. It seems like Reno needs to kind of clean up that facet of their game moving forward, and that could really kind of spark their offense if they can just win more balls there in the middle.
Yeah, Matt LaGrassa did so well last year and earned a move to Nashville in the Eastern Conference. But what he did so well besides winning the ball was finding that space between the back 4 and the midfield where he was always the safe option. He always knew where to go to receive the ball, be able to move into a new space. And I'd like to see Luis Felipe do that a little more. I think Luis Felipe has been caught out a few times in positionally, not just defensively but offensively as well. I think sometimes he's a little too high and he's not making himself that outlet, that safe pass. And I don't think that guys like Cavillo and Van Avek are really looking for that safe pass.
As you can see there in the corner of your screen, a reminder, ESPN Plus is now the new streaming home of the USL in the United States. Watch all the action throughout the 2018 regular season and USL Cup playoffs starting on Saturday, April the 14th. Visit uslsoccer.com for more details. Our broadcast is also brought to you by Coors Light. The bigger the mountain, the better the reward. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Colorado Springs coming out to take the field here. Getting set for second half action here at Greater Nevada Field. The 2-0 lead for the Switchbacks. Colin, if you're Ian Russell and you're looking down your bench, talking about possible substitutions here in the second half, where do you think the first couple names could come off that list? Well,
I think either Mo Chow or Brian Brown coming off the bench and adding a little more physical presence up top could be beneficial for Ian Russell. I think Mazowski has a similar profile to Antoine Opino, and Jamal Jack and Tombe have been a little bit tough for them to handle physically. I think bringing in someone who can hold up the ball, like either Chow or Brown, could be beneficial.
Chow and Brown on the bench, along with Seth Kasipli, Darwin Espinal, James Kiffey, Zach Carroll, and the backup goalkeeper Kyle Inn. Those are the options for Ian Russell as we prepare for the second half of play here at Greater Nevada Fields. Alex Margulies and Colin and Tabor here with you tonight, and what has turned out to be a gorgeous night here at the Yard. The results have not been good, but it is about as good as it gets here in Northern Nevada this time of year.
Yeah, beautiful night here in Reno. I mean, the springtime, you can see just about everything. I'm sure people viewing will remember the first game of the season against Swope Park Rangers in a blizzard. We've had high winds, we've had rain, and now we have a beautiful day here.
Antoine Opino retaking the pitch here. We talked about we are missing the man bun from Antoine Opino, the long locks of hair. Well, earlier this week, he decided to donate 10 inches of that hair. He gave it to Children with Hair Loss Organization. Mentioned before, he got the idea from Matt Bersano, but look at all that glorious hair going to a very good cause. So applaud Antoine Opino for doing that. And I don't know, it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to the short hair Opino. It was always nice. It was easy. He was an easy guy to spot out with that hair. But you know what? Not a bad look with the short hair either.
No, I think it does look good on him. I mean, like you said, it's a little harder to recognize him on the field, but maybe defenders won't recognize one of the most dangerous players running at them when he has the ball.
Reno 1868 will stick with their 11 as we get set for the second half. Just to go over it with you again, Danny Mazovsky is at the top along with Antoine Opino, Jerry Van Avek, Eric Calvillo, Lindo Mafeka, and Luis Felipe in the midfields. And the back four, Brent Richards, Jordan Morrell, Brenton Griffiths, and Paul Marie. And there's again Antoine Opino, still in search of his first goal here in 2018. He was the guy that finished 12 in the inaugural season for Reno 1868. That earned him a tie for the 11th best in the circuit. He also had 6 assists. So we'll see if Antoine can get going here as we get set for the second 45 minutes, as Colorado Springs will now move towards the Battle-Born Brigade side of the field.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see how Jordan Morrell and Brenton Griffiths deal with Uzo now. A lot different profile than a Jaquan. Uzo, the big 6'4" target man.
You can see him right there in the middle of the screen towards the right, number 24. He's from Nigeria, 23-year-olds. He was signed in August of last season by Colorado Springs after being ranked as one of the top prospects in the PDL, a lower level of American soccer. Played last year in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 13 goals for Uzo. Our referee asking for play to stop here momentarily. That's Mark Alatin on the whistle as we take a look down towards the Reno sideline, and Ian Russell coming back from halftime.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't too happy in the halftime talk in the locker room. He hasn't seen his team have the same levels of success he did last year so far this season, but it's still early days. Only the 4th game of the season for Reno tonight.
Well, and again, it's worth remembering. I mean, you look at what happened last year. First 5 matches, this team was 0-3-2.
Yeah, and it was a slow start for them then too. I think the way they want to play, it takes a lot of chemistry, a lot of understanding, and a lot of quick movement. So it's understandable that they're slow to a start as Brent Richards gives the ball away here to Vercoloni.
There's another shot on target, and Colorado Springs is pulling away in this one. It is now 3-0 as the veteran Luke Vercoloni delivers with a right-footed strike into the corner of the net.
Oh, and a quality finish there from Luke Vercoloni. Just places it into that far post, just tucks it into the post and in. Fantastic finish from the veteran to make it 3-0 here at Greater Nevada Field. Colorado Springs are running away with this one.
So a punch to the gut here in the opening minutes of the second half, and now Reno really has their work cut out for them.
Yeah, this has not been a good night for Reno 1868, and it seems like it's going from bad to worse after that own goal from Luis Felipe. Reno just can't click, and just a poor giveaway from Brent Richards. Really uncharacteristic of him to just put a square ball across his back line to find Vercoloni. But really a fantastic finish there.
23 goals now in a Colorado Springs uniform, extending his team record. That is now 49 in the USL career for Vercoloni. Turned 36 years old back on April the 4th. And he was the first ever player to sign with Colorado Springs.
Yeah, really a veteran presence for Steve Tritchu's side here. He's such a smart player, knows how to find the right positions. If Shane Malcolm makes a run inside, he knows how to keep that balance by moving outside. He can find space between the lines, and we saw there he can finish very, very well.
Brent Richards, Jerry Van Avek trying to spring Richards, and it's intercepted. And that seems to be kind of the way a lot of things have gone for Reno's offense tonight. And you're talking about getting some of those balls to get through defenders, and give Colorado Springs credit. They have been able to intercept a lot of Reno's passing.
Yeah, they have been, but I also think their passing has been too predictable. I think they need to find their right opportunities. They need to combine in the midfield. They need to find space for others and then try to strike, rather than trying to hit that through ball right away, because it's going to be just easy for Colorado Springs to read.
Mafeka off a deflection, tries to get it there, and Pawati again comes away with a save. Saeed Robinson advancing it for Vercoloni, fighting with Griffiths, who shoves him out of the way and steals it back.
Well handled from Brenton Griffiths, shows his strength to push Vercoloni off the ball, and now Reno can push forward here through Opano.
A little bit ahead there, trying to find Danny Masovsky. Opano able to get it there in the midfield, trying to find Mazovsky, but it goes too far away.
Once again, it's just Reno not clicking when the attacking players just can't find each other's feet.
And again, I think early in the season we did see a lot of this, even from a team that went on to score 75 goals. We saw some kind of growing pains isn't the right word, but just like you said, it just things not necessarily clicking. And one of the difficulties is the benefit of a partnership with the San Jose Earthquakes is getting a lot of the players, but oftentimes a lot of the players that are here, and there are quite a few of them, don't have a ton of time to train together and gel. And I think that is one of the reasons why even last year it took a little bit of time for guys to figure things out, because frankly they didn't train a whole lot together.
Yeah, that definitely comes down a lot of to it. I think it's it's such a tough system to understand, really, the 4-4-2 diamond. I mean, it really does. Once it clicks, it creates fluid movement in the midfield, runners into the box, and strikers who can really run in behind. But if it doesn't click, then people have trouble linking up. They have trouble figuring out positionally where they need to be, as we see here tonight.
Paul Marie over to Antoine Opano. Mafeka Finds Felipe. Into the middle to Mazovsky. Just out of the reach there of Paul Marie as it goes out of bounds into the corner.
Yeah, a little overhit there for Paul Marie, but back to my earlier point, I think if anyone can turn this around, I have full faith that Ian Russell can.
Oh, there's certainly no reason to hit the panic button if
no,
you're
absolutely.
Reno 1868. And again, you look back to last year, and there's a reason why you don't hit the panic button. And there are a lot of soccer games left in this season. It's not the start this team wanted, and certainly not the performance they wanted to have here today. But there are a lot of talented pieces on this roster, and I'd be surprised if some points don't start dropping in Reno's favor as this season continues over the next month.
Yeah, and I think once we see things start to click, I think fans will see the floodgates really open, and they'll see lots of goals, lots of chances created, really just playing the way that Ian Russell wants. But right now, that just isn't the case. But credit to Colorado Springs Switchbacks as well. They've been magnificent today. They've handled the threat in behind runners like Muzowski and Opino. They've been able to counter effectively through the wings and through A.J. Ajeko before being taken up, and to find Vercoloni in pockets of space.
Well, and they're a team themselves that has struggled at a time this year. They beat Rio Grande Valley last week 2-1, but before that they had lost 3 in a row, and they themselves had a scoreless drought that lasted 368 minutes before they finally got a goal from Josh Suggs in that game against Rio Grande Valley. And obviously, following that win, they've had a lot of success here this evening with 2 goals and then the own goal from Felipe. And there's Luis, slow to get up after a collision near midfield.
Yeah, and a real late challenge from Uzo. I think referee has to pull out his book and get the yellow card out. I mean, really, Felipe gets it away, and just a bad challenge from Uzo, and Luis Felipe is still not getting up there.
Felipe signing with Reno midseason last year, coming over from the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. Again, signed with the Earthquakes in December, but back here in Reno on loan as he tries to walk this off. Felipe coming over to interject with our head referee, Mark Alatin. And there's the yellow card for Uzo.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Gives him a talking to, explains the situation, and then when the situation is calm, pulls out his yellow.
Oh, Felipe is fine to continue on here. Fans, you can have your say in who becomes the USL Player of the Month for March and which players earn the USL Goal of the Month and Save of the Month awards. You can cast your vote this weekend. Do so at uslsoccer.com. Back into play. Minute 57 here at Greater Nevada Fields. Reno in unfamiliar territory here in their home stadium. Shot here for Richards, and Pawati again stepping up.
Oh, and a great run there from Brent Richards. Brenton Griffiths with excellent vision to find him, and a fantastic ball over the top. Brent Richards just tries to sneak a toe on it after Hunter heads it back to his keeper, but Pawati deals with it well.
Mazovsky trying to hold up play there, has it taken away by Colorado Springs. Here they come again. Trying to find Uzo in the middle, and Marcinkowski able to step up and grab it. See Brian Brown at the top of the screen. He appears to be primed to check in here momentarily. Antoine Opino from outside the box trying to take a crack at it with his right foot and pulls it wide.
I think if Reno are to get a goal tonight, it's not going to be from distance. I think they need to relax a little bit, stop trying to shoot whenever they're near the goal at all, and try to find maybe the overlapping Paul Marie. to put a low ball across the box.
So it's Jerry Van Avek who comes out, and it will be Brian Brown, the 24-year-old Jamaican. Second season in Reno. He will check in here and try to provide a spark off the bench.
Yeah, and it looks like a bit of a change in emphasis here for Reno. Going to line up more in a standard 4-4-2. Looks like Lindo Mafeka is going to play on the left, while Mazowski and Brian Brown play up top together. And Opano is going to try and take on Josh Suggs on this right-hand side.
There's Brian Brown just checking in. We'll touch there from Opano. Brown finds Paul Marie. Looking to cross too far, though. But a good opening appearance from Brian Brown off the bench. Colorado Springs organizing here. They'll send it back into the defensive half. Griffith steps up to get possession. Here's Opano. Back to Luis Felipe. Richards able to get through. He is tripped up from behind, and it came right on the line of the box.
And good footwork there from Brent Richards to get the ball past Hunter, and Hunter's challenge. He's saying that he knocked it out for a corner, but bit of a follow through on Brent Richards before he gets the ball.
Eric Calvillo on the ball, the 20-year-old from Palmdale. Southern California native. Signed by the Earthquakes as well this past January. Looks like he'll get a set piece chance here in minute 60. Trying to go back post and too far. And possession back to Colorado Springs.
Poor ball from Cavillo there. Has an opportunity to really create a chance and just puts it over the bar.
Well, clean sheet so far for Puati. In his third start, he has only yielded 2 goals this season. Talented 22-year-old from Cameroon. Here's Jordan Bird on the ball. Colorado Springs threatening, and that one is also another close own goal as Jordan Morrell stepped in to try and clear it, and that a dangerous ball again.
Yeah, very dangerous ball from Shane Malcolm. It looks like it's destined for another own goal, but Jordan Morrell will be relieved to see that go just past the post there.
Looks like Reno is about to substitute for Darwin Espinal. Another offensive-minded player. Here's Suggs from the corner. Pops it up high in the air. Ooh, a good-looking chance there for Colorado Springs. And it's Mafeka who gets it out of trouble. Puati steps up in front of Opano.
Oh, a great ball there from Cavillo. Puati handles the danger really well to step off his line.
Mafeka trying to go for the right corner and pulled it just wide.
Yeah, well struck there from Mafeka on the volley. Just wide of the post, but Puati's sweeping there on Cavillo's ball was outstanding.
There's Darwin Espinal.
Yeah, so it looks like Lindo Mafeka's day is done tonight. Darwin Espinal, really a forward-thinking player. He's going to try to take people on. He's going to try to have shots from distance. He's going to try to make something happen here in this last half hour or so for Reno.
We mentioned Uzo being a top 10 prospect out of the PDL level last year. Well, Espinal was the #1 PDL prospect after he was signed by Reno 1868 from the South Florida Surf. And in 12 matches last year scored a pair of goals for Ian Russell off the bench.
Yeah, he's someone that can provide a spark off the bench. He's if the midfield's getting a little stale, a little static, bringing on someone like Darwin Espinal can really liven things up. He's not afraid to take anyone on.
There's Uzo. You can see how big and strong he is working against Morel. Good hold-up play there.
Excellent hold-up play there from Uzo to find Shane Malcolm running off of him. I mean, it's just so easy for him. No one could get close.
Opino trying to pressure on the counterattack. And it'll be a throw-in for Colorado Springs as Josh Suggs, their captain, will grab the ball. 7 seasons of pro soccer. His 3rd in Colorado Springs is Suggs. Couple of goals last year, 8 assists. He was a USL second team selection a season ago. Here's a strike from just outside the box, and Marcin Kowski leaping up in the air to deflect that one over the net.
Really well struck there from Burt. Marcin Kowski does well to tip it over the bar.
Another corner kick now, though, for Colorado Springs. Headed by Uzo. Out of the box, though. Get it out to Espinal. Darwin trying to cross the field for Opino, and it goes out of his reach. Coors Light reminds you to celebrate every climb safely. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Still a generous amount of time left in this match. Reno trying to get their first goal in a couple of matches, though. Trying to find some way to break the ice here today. Uzo from deep outside the box with a rocket, and Marcin Kowski does well to just deflect that one out of play.
Yeah, Uzo has a look up. He has a bit of space to have that shot. Marcin Kowski will be a little bit disappointed he didn't catch that. But he's done well today, I think, despite the 3 goals.
So once again, Josh Suggs will head off into the corner. Led the team in minutes a season ago, 2,500 plus. From Las Cruces, New Mexico. Suggs headed in. Another goal for the Switchbacks, and they are running away in this game. Jamal Jack, the 30-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago, and he finishes after a perfect volley from Josh Suggs.
Yeah, and we talked about the set-piece deliveries of Josh Suggs. A great delivery there on the corner to find Jamal Jack to make it 4-0 here at Greater Nevada Field.
Well, I really can't remember another game quite like this for Reno 1868 in this building. We've seen some defeats, even as much at the end of the season of 3-0 when they played, I think it was San Antonio.
It was Real Monarchs.
Real Monarchs, that was, thank you for correcting me. But even in that match, it was a very tight game, and then Reno kind of selling out towards the end. The Monarchs got a couple late goals, but they have not been humbled quite like this in their home building since this team came to Reno.
No, they haven't. I mean, this is a huge performance from the Switchbacks here to come to Reno and not even 70 minutes in with a 4-0 scoreline.
There's Steve Trittschuh on the bench, and he has got to be very pleased with his team's effort. Coming off of that 2-1 win against Rio Grande Valley, and they have been excellent with Moise Pointe in goal and some great finishes on the offensive end.
Yeah, some fantastic finishes from Switchbacks. I mean, the last header from Jamal Jack there, the finish from Vercoloni, the header from AJ Ajekwa. 3 outstanding goals, along with the own goal to start the scoring from Luis Felipe.
There is Felipe, sends it back to Morel. Felipe steps up, keeps Reno's possession alive.
Yeah, well done from Luis Felipe to win the ball high and keep the pressure on.
Bazovsky trying to spring Opano there. Boati, though, will snag it as he continues to hold a clean sheet here into minute 70.
We see Vercoloni running off of Uzo. Switchbacks players can be pretty confident that Uzo's going to win any 50-50 challenge in the air.
Suggs trying to give him a chance to work in the air. Here's Shane Malcolm. Malcolm centers it, cleared away by Marie. But Colorado Springs holding on to the ball.
Well won for Uzo to read Luis Felipe's pass there. Reno just can't string together passes. They can't find those connections to go forward. It has just been a very off night for Reno 1868 here tonight, but a fantastic night for the Switchbacks. We have to give them credit for what they've done.
Here's Brian Brown, the Jamaican. And stolen away from him. Darwin Espinal, the throw in. Back to Brenton Griffiths. Good ball there up to Brown.
Great ball between the lines to find Brian Brown. The low-driven pass. That's what this Reno team's been missing today.
Espinal working from the outside, trying to earn a corner. But last touched by 1868 and a goal kick instead. A lot of credit goes to that young man tonight for the clean sheet. He has made several outstanding saves, although he has not been challenged nearly as much in the second half, as Colorado Springs has dominated both ends of the fields, especially in this second half action.
Yeah, I mean, this second half has been all Colorado Springs here. We see a sub. I believe Jordan Burt has come off now for Kim Tae-song.
A good game for Burt. Suggs wants to put it back in, but it'll be held up. And it appears another substitution for 1868 as Mazovsky will come off, and it looks like Mo Chow. Mo Chow is going to check in.
Yeah, Danny Mazovsky, I think, will be a bit disappointed with his performance tonight. He couldn't quite link with Opano. He couldn't quite get his runs forward, and got pushed off the ball a few times. I mean, playing in the USL is a lot different than playing in college.
Had a sparkling career at UNLV, Mazovsky, where he was the WAC Offensive Player of the Year a season ago, scoring 15 goals as a senior. Malcolm able to get through the defense, gets past Marie, tees it up for Vercoloni, and Reno able to get that one out of trouble.
Almost another chance there from Vercoloni, but it takes a deflection off of Brenton Griffiths there.
Uzo will send it wide. Back over to Malcolm, who slips and falls as he tried to wind up and drive that one. Here's Opano the other way. Eric Cavillo. Down to Paul Marie. Opano working in the corner against Suggs, and Suggs, the captain, able to pull that one away from him.
Great defending there from Josh Suggs against Opano. Opano's so dangerous running at people. He's so elusive with his dribbling. Suggs handles him well.
Good interception there by Richards. Meets resistance in the middle of the field, though. Chow trying to get it back. Here's Brian Brown. Brown drives it towards the corner, and an irate Boanti will yell at his defense. Did not like the breakdown as he had to dive towards the corner to grab that one.
Another battle between Brenton Griffiths and Uzo there. Uzo's been tough to deal with for these Reno center backs.
He's an imposing presence.
He really is. I mean, great hold-up play, and he really is gigantic out there. I mean, there's points where he's had the ball at his feet, and Jordan Morell and Brenton Griffiths have backed off because they know they're not going to be able to win it.
Well, a good opportunity here over these final 15 minutes or so for Ian Russell to get a look at some of his bench players and see if there's some combinations that might work for him. I know he's talked about that they're still trying to figure out where some of these pieces fit here. And you get a chance to see some Brian Brown, some Mo Chow, some Darwin Espinal. It really, obviously not where they want to be, but a good chance for some evaluation here over the final 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, one thing that Ian Russell does have is a lot of attacking depth. He has a lot of different options to really find the group that clicks together.
Good ball from Cavillo. Richards trying to go far posts, and a little bit too strong there.
Yeah, Brent Richards with another Late run down that left-hand side. Cavillo finds him well. Does well to beat Roberts there, but just the delivery was a little bit lacking on his weaker left foot.
Puati will drive it back towards midfield. Throw goes to Mo Chow. Morel stepping up there, gets it to Felipe. Over to Opano. Darwin Espinal on the attack. Luis to Paul Marie and deflected off the shoulder of Jamal Jack. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty good look for Paul Marie. But yeah, Jack able to get his shoulder in the way.
Yeah, Paul Marie strikes that really cleanly, gets good contact on the ball. You can tell it has a bit of curve and dip in it. I thought that was destined for the top corner.
A little bit of luck there from Jack.
Yeah, important block there from Jamal Jack.
Espinal will send it in from the corner. Just a little grouping there in the middle. Trying to track it down is Robinson and can't do it as Brian Brown will defer to Marie for the throw-in. Felipe taking a long strike with his lefts and too much.
Yeah, we know Luis Felipe can hit him from distance. As shown earlier in the first half. That one he doesn't strike quite as cleanly as his earlier effort.
Puati, 5 clean sheets a season ago in 26 appearances. Trying to get his second clean sheet this year. He also had one in a 2-0 win over the LA Galaxy. Marie a chance at it again, and a solid shot there in front of the target. And once again, up to the challenge of the save is Puati.
Yeah, well done from Paul Marie to still be getting up the field despite being 4-0 down in the 80th minute. He's still trying to make those runs. He's still trying to make something happen here. Gets decent connection on the shot, but not enough to really trouble Puati there.
Reno's had some good chances over here in the last couple of minutes, more so than they've had really in this entire second half. Opano being pesky there. Thrown for 1868. Marie will take it. The Colorado Springs about to substitute on the other side of the field as Vermiri Va'alima. One of their midfielders, there he is. The Helsinki, Finland native is going to come in for Saeed Robinson.
Yeah, Valima, former teammates of Brenton Griffiths actually at Orange County, will come in, technically gifted Finnish midfielder.
Played second division soccer in his home country last year. As Robinson checks off, gets the jacket. Marie the throw-in. Jordan Morel comes up from his center back spot over to Richards, who keeps it out of trouble. Lima trying to crash on Griffiths, who gets it away to Felipe. Fans Coors Light reminds you that every climb deserves a refreshing finish, and every night deserves a safe ending. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, with great beer does come great responsibility. Another corner earned for 1868. Here's Espinal again. Headed by Vercoloni.
Good awareness from Brian Brown to know that Cavillo was behind him.
Brown into the box. Nice move. Left foot and deflected out of trouble.
And great footwork from Brian Brown. He's deceptively good with his feet for such a big striker. But he's able to take on Josh Suggs there and get a shot off.
Nice effort from Espinal, who takes a crack at goal. Puanti, another save. He has had a ton tonight. Both teams with 5 shots on target in this one. 1868's actually had more shots overall, 16 to Colorado Springs' 12.
Yeah, I think Colorado Springs have been really clinical in front of goal. Well, Reno just have been having trouble finding the corners. But here's Mo Chow.
And Chow finishes in the corner.
But looks like Openo's layoff. He was in a slight offside position there. Yep, just in front of Jamal Jack there. Good run from Mo Chow. That's what they were missing, that finding Openo's feet. Openo finds the third man run, but Openo is just offside there. I think Reno fans will just be happy that the ball went into the back of the net at this point.
Well, it won't end their scoreless streak, which is stretching at a very long distance right now. They set off the smoke bomb, but unfortunately, the scoreboard still reads 4-0. Vercoloni working in the corner. Malcolm has it taken away by Griffiths. Reno has not scored since the first half in Las Vegas a couple matches ago. A goal that came in the 28th minute by Danny Mazovsky. Here's Malcolm. Broken up, but Vercoloni trying to find a spot there for Valima. And it's knocked away towards Reno's bench.
Yeah, and really well read by Brent Richards there to sense the danger of Valima. But Vercoloni, I think, has been fantastic today.
Uzo knocked down from behind, doesn't get a whistle. Now he steals it back away. Throws a forearm at Morel as he gets it back out to Valima. Espinal up to Openo. You can see there Openo still sprinting towards goal despite being down 4-0 still.
Yeah, there's been times when the ball's gone out of bounds and he's asking the ball from the ball boy quick. He still wants something. I mean, Antoine Openo's a competitor. And even at 4-0 down, he's still going to fight for everything to get a goal, to try and claw something back. Great hold-up play there from Uzo once again. And Brenton Griffiths just gets frustrated with him at this point. Such a battle with him in the second half. Throws Uzo to the ground there.
Well, now some extracurricular activities, and a red card has come out.
Oh, and a red card for Brenton Griffiths. Really just to cap off just a bad night for Reno 1868 tonight. Sent the marching orders with just minutes to go.
So Griffiths will head off into the tunnel as we close out the final couple of minutes here in what has been a massively frustrating night for the boys in blue. Here's Suggs.
Switchbacks, I think, will just be happy to hold on to possession, but Mo Chow wins the ball back and springs to life this Reno team that's feels a little defeated in last moments.
Brian Brown sends it wide for Griffiths. Or excuse me, for Richards. Well, quick touch there. Espinal trying to force it through. And Valima comes up with the tackle.
Uzo has a lot of room to run now.
Tripped up there in the midfield. And Uzo is getting a little frustrated with how this has ended down the stretch.
Yeah, just late from Brian Brown. I think shows a little bit of frustration. I don't think he's going for the ball much there. A little surprised not to see the yellow come out.
Not likely to see a whole lot of stoppage here. We have crossed the 90-minute mark, and that is the final whistle here tonight at Greater Nevada Fields. Well, definitely one to forget for Reno 1868 as Colorado Springs has earned their first victory against Reno 1868 in the two teams' history, and they are back even now in the season as they get 3 points here on the road to improve to 3-3 on the year. 1868, their early season frustrations will continue here tonight. They fall to no wins, 3 losses now, and a draw. They will sit with just 1 point at the bottom of the Western Conference table. We'll take a break, come back, show you the highlights, and get you set for our next match. The Battleborn Brigade, they'll continue on into the night. But it's the Switchbacks who get the road win here tonight in downtown Reno, 4-0. Back with more in a moment. This is Reno 1868 Soccer on My21 TV. All right, back here at Greater Nevada Field, Alex Margulies, Colin Tabor with you. Some autographs going to the fans. Hopefully enjoyed it just being out at the yard, but the disappointing results here this evening, the 4-0 win for Colorado Springs. And Colin, just where do you think the biggest issue was for Reno tonight? Obviously, they couldn't find the back of the net, and their scoreless drought now will continue. Now 242 minutes without scoring. But to me, I couldn't really pinpoint one thing. It seemed like just this team just has not been able to find a way to click here in the early goings.
Yeah, I think they just showed a lack of just patience and movement in the midfield. I thought they just tried to force things, tried to find the runner through right away rather than getting the defense out of position. And it just did not work. I mean, Jamal Jack and Tombe had really just an easy time against them, against those runs, and Reno just couldn't find passes in the attacking third. I mean, Mazowski and Opino couldn't link up. Jerry Van Avik and Opino couldn't link up. Lindo Mafeka hardly saw the ball at all. Luis Felipe is still struggling a little bit in that holding mid role, I think. They just can't find the possession in the attacking half that they did so well last year. I mean, it's not like they just went straight to goal every time they got the ball last year. They had their moments where they moved it side to side, where they laid the ball back, played it, switched the field, and allowed the field to open up for guys like Opino to run through.
Colorado Springs would hold a 2-0 lead at halftime as we take a look now at our second half highlights, and I think a very deflating moment early in the second half as Luke Vercoloni just a couple of minutes in with a beautiful strike off the post.
Yeah, and this was just a class finish from Vercoloni. He shows that you don't really have to hit it with power. He just passes it really into that far post. Fantastic finish from the veteran.
And then the nail in the coffin, Josh Suggs, and the header from Jamal Jack. And the fourth and final goal tonight for Colorado Springs. A night to remember for the Switchbacks. Talk a lot about Reno and their frustrations, but sometimes you have to just tip the cap. And Colorado Springs, they certainly played a very complete 90 minutes tonight.
Yeah, definitely a night to remember for Steve Titru's side. Really just fantastic from all the way from the goalkeeper to the striker, whether that be Uzo or Ajekwa. Everyone played their part. Everyone worked hard for 90 minutes, and everyone had a fantastic game for Switchbacks tonight.
Well, we will see if Reno can rebound. Their next match will come on the road. They will play a week from tonight against the Portland Timbers 2. Portland, thus far this season, has gotten off to a pretty good start, a couple of wins. They currently sit in 10th with 7 points. 4-21, and then back at home on April the 28th, back here at Greater Nevada Field, where the 1868 club will take on Oklahoma City. I think one thing's for certain. Reno is not going to forget this one, and they're going to have to start playing better here at home because that's now 3 home matches, and Reno has yet to earn a single point in their own building.
Yeah, and after this place was such a fortress last year, Ian Russ will be really disappointed with these first 3 games, but we've talked about the early season woes last year, and I think it's just the case of the same thing, just finding that group that clicks, finding just that chemistry between players, and once that happens, I think we can see a turnaround for Reno.
You said it. 0-3-2 is the record to start last year, now 0-3-1 this year. A lot of soccer left to be played in the USL season, and we will see if Reno has another rally in them. Want to thank our entire broadcast crew for all their hard work here this evening. For my partner, Colin Tabor, I'm Alex Margulies saying so long from downtown Reno. It's the Switchbacks who take this one by a final of 4-0. Have a great night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.